We all dream, especially this time of year, of living in a perfect world, and our next guests today are working to make that dream become a reality. And here to discuss how they are empowering underserved youth is philanthropist Manuela Testolini and her Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter, awesome husband, Eric Benet. Welcome back.
He's pretty awesome, too. I think you're equally as awesome.
You're equally as awesome. Absolutely.
She wins awesome. She wins awesome.
I love how you create this foundation essentially by turning to children and saying, tell us what a perfect world is.
Mm-hmm.
You ask them that question. What did you get back?
You know, when we have kids who are either abused or in homeless shelters, they're really, you know, the focus is really on getting them what they need day to day. So they need a safe place to be, they need food on the table. And so I really wanted to take it a little step further. And there was one little boy who I just said, you know, in your perfect world. And he said, I want a blue crayon. And he was coloring. And I said, well, you know, pretend I'm a superhero and I could give you anything. What would it really be? And he said, I just want a blue crayon. And what I found out later was that he and his mom had left this domestic violence situation in the middle of the night. It's going to make me cry, so many years ago. Oh. And she had grabbed the things that she thought were important to him and had left behind the blue crayon. And so for me, it really represented, you know, that he had this void and nobody had asked him this question. And so I started asking that question going forward. And I met, you know, it morphed into action because I then met a little girl who said in her perfect world she'd love to just have a picnic with her family in the park. And I said, well, why can't you do that? That seems like something so simple. And she said the park was dirty. And she actually drew me a picture of a dirty park. Oh. And I said, okay, well, you know, what can we do about that? And I found out that the park really did need a community cleanup. And so we took this 7-year-old girl and let her feel empowered to be the creative director of this community service project and really got the community behind her to clean up the park so they could do that.
How simple is that?
So simple.
How poignant is it that a perfect world is not a complicated one?
No, not complicated at all.
And you've continued this, by the way, with your children at home.
Yes.
You have 2 very young daughters, Lucia and Luna, who you have named your Junior Foundation ambassadors, which is so awesome.
We will correct you because Lucia, who's the 5-year-old, will claim the junior ambassadorship.
Yeah.
Luna is technically like the junior in training.
She's
Is there
Lucia's like, wait, you're not taking away my top billing, right? I'm the junior ambassador.
Wait, are you serious?
And I
This
referred
actually
to
happened?
him. Yes, I
In the house?
referred to him one day as the ambassador of change for our organization, and she's like, "No,
Yeah, hold up.
I'm the ambassador."
I heard ambassador.
And she said, "Is junior better?" I said, "Yes, junior's better."
And she's 5 now.
She's fine. She's 5. She's about to be 6
Okay,
next month.
she's going to be a serious
Oh,
boss
yeah.
lady
Oh, yes.
someday. Right now, she's boss a little bit older than baby, but she's going to be a
She
boss
is,
lady
definitely.
someday. Even when she was 3 years old, she got it. There was a
got it.
very important lesson that you all taught her one day on the way to school. What happened?
You know, she was going to preschool, and she had one of those mornings that 3-year-olds do where she said, I'm not going to school. I don't want to go to school. And I'm that mom who says, the children in Africa, you know, think about the kids who don't have this access to education. And so I took her into my office where I have all these pictures of smiling children in front of beautiful schools that we built. And I said, do you know why these kids are smiling? And she said, why? And I said, because they get to go to school. And she said, well, what did their old school look like? And I said, Mommy built these schools for them. And I showed her these pictures, and she was literally horrified by the images she saw, where it was, you know, literally shacks or just a chalkboard leaning against a tree. And she asked me a few questions, and then she sat in silence for the 12-minute drive to Montessori. And when I went to pick her up from school, her teacher said, you know, I love what you're doing. And I thought, well, what am I doing? Because we just started this school, and they don't really know us that well. And she said, well, Lucia gave this basically like a workshop on what you're doing and said to the other kids, you know, some kids don't have lights in their school, they don't have a roof, they don't have windows, and, you know, we love our school. And she did a whole speech for the class.
Truly,
so
her mother's child.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. She also sings, though, so she has these
She has those gifts, too. Look, she's blessed in many ways. A couple years ago, too, I believe, it was a trip to Haiti.
Yeah, it was incredible.
That I can't imagine not having a huge impact on your life. In fact, there was a 6-hour trek you guys took deep into the jungle.
Well, you know, it was a life-changing spiritual experience for me. I mean, my wife has been doing this since she was 19, 20 years old. It's philanthropy. When I was 20 years old, I was thinking about making music is having fun, but
Right.
is that commercial music?
No,
This is no. This is
We're playing well. We only wanted to hear Manuela. Sorry, Eric, no time for you.
Of course, the musician will figure that out.
Doc Severinsen.
Wrap it up, wrap it up.
No, but this was just such a spiritually uplifting and rewarding for us. I mean, Manuela doesn't just, within a perfect world, we don't just receive your money. We get out there, we roll up our sleeves, and we become immersed in the culture.
Yeah.
We, you know, we understand the environment, the people, and their specific needs, and it was just an amazing experience.
Yeah, that it is a roll your sleeves up kind of. And
Oh,
when
and
you,
I'm crying. I'm always crying.
But what she won't mention, if I can, what she usually doesn't mention is there are so many philanthropies out there, and please give and be unselfish as you are charitable out there. But In a Perfect World gives 100% of the financial offerings. They use 100% of the money that you receive, and that's rare. In
yeah, that
charities
is
and
really rare.
foundations.
What's
So-
the biggest accomplishment you guys have had?
Oh my gosh. Well, we just hit our 35,000 children served mark recently.
What? Yeah. That's amazing. 35.
So we've really, I mean, we've hit 28 schools built, 5,000 kids going to school every day.
And I'm learning so much from her on, you know, like we said, like she's been doing this so long, and I've grown in my philanthropic gene and DNA since this wonderful woman has been in my life. But it's been so incredible to me just how little effort can make such a profound change in so many children. $22 can send a child to school
How is that
for
possible?
a year.
How
For
could
a
$22, when
year.
I read that, I was
Yeah.
reading this yesterday, how could $22
Because
send a
we're
child to
working
school
in
for a year?
communities where people are making maybe $1 a day. And so $22 is books and uniform for kids to go to school. And so when we have been with families where they have 5 kids and they can only afford to send one of them to school. And so if we can bring the school to them so they can send all the kids to school, that's super impactful.
And you said earlier, you really immerse yourself in these cultures. I mean, when you go there, you actually
it's real.
You live with these families.
She heard sounds. I'm known for my high falsetto when I sing, but she heard sounds come from me when I was taking my cold shower in the morning.
Cold bucket.
No hot water to be found anywhere.
No, you want to take a shower, you fill up a bucket at 4 a.m. in the morning, and you know, and it's like.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much
what
for everything you do.
This is, you know, you hear the story, pebble in a pond.
That's right.
You are more
That's
than
right.
that. You are
thank you.
greater than that.
Oh,
35,000.
Thank you
So very much.
Amazing.
More information on In a Perfect World, visit iapw.org. Thank you so very, very much. And keep up the great work. Maybe I'll do the cold bucket thing. No, never mind. All right, stick around because Lawrence has got Movember Makeover reveal right around the corner.
Coming up, it is the big reveal to Jason's Movember Makeover transformation, and you won't believe your eyes.
And then later, we are turning an antique pipe organ into a gorgeous art supply shelf.
But next, we are heading into the kitchen with Victoria Parsons.
That's right. I'm going to be decorating my world famous ornament cupcakes. So come on back.